A good day. It is August 5, 2019, Monday. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Today we're going to go through a lot of material really quickly, as quickly as we can, but afterwards, after you've listened to this at any time at your leisure, you can go to our website and read through the written material that covers most of the same, well, actually all of the same material that we're going to talk about today and more in an article that'll be linked at the bottom entitled Moment of Truth. Our mission at SevenSentinels.com is very simply described, but very ambitious, and that is we are going to ride through in alignment with this entire bear market ahead. Here's the last couple of big bear markets. The one that started in 2000 and went down to its low in 2003, losing 80% of the value of the NASDAQ composite. Here is the next one that started in 2007, went down to its low 18 months later in 2009, losing 60% of the value of the Standard & Poor's 500. The current market, let's go down here and take a look at the Standard & Poor's 500 average over the last 2 years on a daily basis, and you see that it made a high in January 2018, a higher high in October 2018, and a higher high yet just last week on July 28th, 2019, it made its final peak. Why do we say final peak? We're going to tell you. First of all, take a look at the New York Stock Exchange Index over that same period of time. Here are those three tops. Here is the January 2018, October 2018, and the peak last week in July of 2019. You notice something very different about what we just looked at on the Standard & Poor's 500 average? Yes, you do, because instead of making a high, a higher high, and a higher high yet, the New York Stock Exchange Composite Index made a high, a lower high, and a lower high yet over that period of time. That's what we call a triple top, and that triple top, my friends, is complete. In doing so, the relative strength index, RSI, with which you may be familiar, made a new high, made a much lower high in October of 2018, and a much lower high yet last week in July of 2019. Dow Jones Transportation Average made a far lower high last week than it did in October of 2019. Russell 2000 made a far lower high last week than it did in October of 2018. I think I said it wrong on that last one, but you know what I'm talking about. And here's what's happened just in the last week. Here is the moment of truth that we're talking about. July 28th, 2019, the peak. And then here's what's happened since. How did we know when we wrote this article on July 29th that we were there? Lots of different ways. We can't cover them all today, but the main one is we had three successive highs. We had a triple top with divergences in the RSI index, the transportation average, the Russell index. We had an MACD monthly sell signal, and most important of all, what we had, as we wrote about yesterday in particular, was all of the seven sentinels, which we show in yesterday's weekly article, were on sell signal. Now, what we're saying is this: the monthly Seven Sentinels went to sell and are on sale right now. The weekly Seven Sentinels went to sell and are on sale right now. And for Seven Sentinels to go on to sell, all 7 of the Seven Sentinels have to go to downtrend together. That was the case on the monthly. That was the case on the weekly. That was the case on the daily. And that was the case on the 2-hour. Every single one of those went to a 0 up, 7 down confirmation of downtrend. Monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly. We have the final confirmation. The top is in. The moment of truth was last week on July 28th. If you read the article that we're going to be posting, I'll take you down to the bottom here and I'll show you what's at the bottom of the Seven Sentinels page. Here are all the articles that are posted for anybody to come to SevenSentinels.com and read. You don't have to be a member to read these articles. We are going to be adding today, so that after you watch this video, if you want to come back and read the article that it was based on, it'll be here and it'll be called Moment of Truth. We highly recommend that you read several other articles here, like When Worlds Collide, Red Sky in the Morning, Rainmaker. Those articles were written all through 2017 and 2018, and they describe the quintessential top readings that were occurring in things like the Hindenburg Omen, the Black Swan Index, the Internal Strength Index of the market as measured by volume, and advanced declines and highs and lows and so on. To make a long story short, in my lifetime, I've been dealing with the stock market for 40, 50 years now. There's never been a top as important as this one, or one that gave us so many red flags over the period of 2017, 2018. Read those articles and you'll see what I'm talking about. We invite you to come to Seven Sentinels and just click on any of those articles or all of those articles, as many as you wish, and read them. If you go to limited time trial, we are doing in the next 4 days something we haven't done all year, something we won't do the rest of the year, and that is we are offering a full week, 7 days of Seven Sentinels. Everything we do all day long, every night, every weekend, all our trades, all our signals, the whole works for just, get this, $4.95 for 7 days. So that you can see for yourself what we do and how it would apply to what it is that you are set out to accomplish as a serious trader. We hope that you will do so. We thank you again for coming to this YouTube video and watching it, and we wish you good trading.